Alright guys, I am back. We're getting ready for our other best of 3 in the lower bracket. That is NightMare versus ByuN. Winner of this will play against the packs. Winner of that against Claymore. Best of 3, best of 3, best of 3. And then the grand finals where Yona can probably take a little nap. You know, he's got some time. He can easily rest for 2 hours if he wants to. CuKu is in the game. I'm going to go ahead and give my man CuKu a call, as he also wanted to co-cast with me. We hit like 7 co-casts tonight. Let's see what our little Romanian rebel has to say tonight. Maybe, Lino, but that's a lot of PCs. I don't have that many PCs. I've got 3.
Hello, do you hear me?
I hear you, but it sounds like you're in a cave somewhere.
Oh my god, mom, let me out.
Say again?
I just told my mom to let me out of the cage.
I mean, I do hope you leave this.
Who complain about it? Also, the brain why complain about it, but yeah, let me try now. Is it better now?
Yes, you're sounding kind of loud, but that is something that I can adjust, so we can figure it out. Mate, normally your microphone is fine. What are you doing?
I have no clue what's happening, to be fair, with you.
With me?
Like, yeah, like I don't know what's happening.
It's not quite working, CuKu. I don't think we should do the best of 3 like this. I'll give you some time to adjust it. It's all good. We're just starting the best of 3. You're in the game, so I'll let you figure it out. Bottom right side, we are looking at the main base, guys, of our Terran player representing the Shopify Rebellion. This is ByuN. Give it a shot, CuKu.
No, just make the introduction because I'll try to fix it, but I'm gonna be muted. Yeah. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening either. In the top left side, we are looking at the main base of our Korean Protoss, who's had one hell of a day. Earlier today, played in WTL, did the job for his team, Abydos. They got a dub. This is NightMare. It sounds like you have the wrong microphone selected, like you have a webcam microphone selected or something. That is, it sounds like a Logitech 920 microphone.
First of all, I have 922. You broke it. Second of all, yeah, I think so because I can select my own microphone, the microphone that I'm using. I don't know why.
Did you plug in the controller that you recently ordered? It could also be the PlayStation 5 microphone.
Oh, I still didn't get it. Okay.
All right. Well, I'll let you fix it, mate. Let me know when you think it's better, and we'll give it another shot. Until then, I'll just solo cast. We've got ByuN, guys, building a barracks outside of his main base. That is something that our man CuKu has a lot of experience with, because CuKu is a rather aggressive player. And I say that nicely because he's with me on the call. If he was not with me on the call, we just call him a dirty all-inner. But it's kind of a fake proxy, right? Because it's obviously not too close to NightMare's base. NightMare is scouting. He sees an empty main base. He does see the factory going up at the top of the ramp. As we've got a laser raiding us. Thank you, Miko. Hope you had some fun tonight, mate. How's it going, CuKu? I hear nothing, so I guess we're still not good. Probe dies. What are we going for ByuN? Maybe some good old Reaper Hellion. But obviously with the barracks flying over, it's going to take a little while before he can build a second Reaper. This is not normally a start that I would be too excited over.
Okay, Uncle, should work.
Yeah, you fixed it. Welcome back, CuKu.
Yeah, I'm not chic in tech-wise like other people who are on the call.
Alright, so what was the problem? What did you fix?
I just unplug it and plug it again.
That's some high-level tech solving, mate. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. Got me 19 years to learn that.
Alright. What do we make of ByuN's opening, mate? He built a barracks inside of his main, kind of like a fake proxy. Obviously didn't get anything done with it, and now we've just gone into Widow Mines.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the proxy, the 100x proxy in TVP. I never play it. Maybe because I'm shit with it, but I usually don't like it. I'm expecting armory. Look at this, man. I'm calling it cloak mines.
Yeah, I think you're onto something. I kind of feel like we almost need to build an armory here, because if we don't build an armory, I just don't know how much we can really get done. Whoa, NightMare is going charge first. What the hell?
Ooh, this is some 2-base all in. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's probably gonna work, to be fair. taking consider the opening that ByuN had, I think it's gonna work. But yeah, you never know, I guess.
Obviously, if ByuN can figure this out, his life is becoming a whole lot easier as the Reaper hops into the natural, gets the double kill, and not bad. 2 probes there for a Reaper. But obviously losing the Reaper means that we're not going to see the fact that NightMare is going for some sort of a Zealot all-in. I know that ForJumy likes charge first every now and then, but this is a pretty bizarre build.
Yeah, I agree with you. On how many gates we are? 3 gates. Yeah, like I don't know what is this. He's gonna probably proxy another gate on that proxy pylon. Probably some 4 gate the charge all in, most likely. But yeah.
How many probes are we gonna lose to the Widowmine drop?
Like 0.
I say 4.
Okay, he's gonna lose 2. Okay, 1.
He's not done yet.
I mean, he has no blink, so that's very annoying to deal with a Widowmine drop, I guess.
But ByuN doesn't know that. ByuN still doesn't know that, because ByuN just sees a couple of Stalkers in the Twilight Council. So in ByuN's world, everything is kind of standard. Oh, this is big, right? The Raven sees the pylon. ByuN! It's not just the pylon, ByuN! ByuN!
Oh my god, I don't think. Oh my god, that's. I mean, he's building a bunker. Like I think this is good for ByuN as long as he puts the SCVs and he fights with the SCVs and the Marines. I don't think NightMare can accomplish a lot. Like as long as he takes a nice position on the ramp with the SCVs, hold position maybe. I think he should be fine.
Well, that bunker is dead. I think that is pretty safe to say. But yeah, there's a lot of HP in these tanks, and now the Raven has a lot of potential, and that one Widowmine drop has still a lot of potential on the other side of the map. We're gonna keep an eye on that. Widowmine drop is in the bottom left side, but I don't think these Zealots are really getting done what NightMare was hoping for. And obviously being forced to pull all the probes away from your main base, now having to deal with a Widowmine drop is terrible if you don't have Blink.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like this position anymore for NightMare. I don't know.
Oh my god, what? He's crazy.
Big balls.
But yeah, I'm with you. I feel like NightMare has now put himself in a spot where he needs to make magic happen, but he's not going to make any magic happen. He's going to end up losing a few more probes. -2 probes. This is it, man. The Zealots really need to shine in the main base, but the Marine count is so high. Even without Stim or +1, I think this Marine count is good enough for ByuN.
Yeah, the 4 Zealots. Like I don't know exactly what he wanted to accomplish with this, because ByuN didn't even knew about this this attack coming, and he still held it without any problem. So I don't think this is necessarily the greatest build if this happened.
I mean, ForJumy is in the chat, mate, and ForJumy does like charge first. So.
Yeah, but ForJumy usually is doing with like I don't know 6 gates. I think he's doing it in a more all-in fashion. I think.
Okay. Well, we do have very quick storm on the way as the Marines, even without Stim, feel confident that they can take this fight. I think the Warp Prism could be in a bit of trouble. Zealots have no HP. It's 4 Marines left. Warp Prism will live, and 2 very low HP Zealots make it out. So now we are on that serious big storm Hopium. Wait, what's happening?
Oh my god, you're landing the command centers. Let's go.
That's nice, you know, letting NightMare catch up a little bit economically.
Yeah, this is a lot. Man, turret sucks so hard. What do you think about the new Raven?
The new Raven? It's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, do you think so? I mean, I like the metrics, but turrets actually are so... like in TVT, I'm still dropping turrets sometimes, thinking that they're still good, but they're fighting them with SCVs and I don't kill any...
You know that Terran has won like the last 27 tournaments in StarCraft 2, right? We are not going to complain about the turrets over here.
Oh my god, I was just saying something about turrets and like... Oh my god. I mean, Terran is not gonna win this tournament.
Ooh, we had a storm drop. We had a storm drop, by the way. 6 SCVs going down. That's obviously decent. Double drop beyond risky business, but feedback is not enough. Old feedback would have definitely killed that medevac. New feedback does not. Obviously, that change was implemented a while ago. But if ByuN loses all these units, he's still in a bit of trouble. He does find the Warp Prism, but good save there by NightMare. Nice little storm going down. One more feedback landing as well. This double drop got completely shut down. I gotta say, last minute, pretty strong by NightMare.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even like his blink is halfway down, so you would say that ByuN would accomplish a lot with drops in this scenario, but not too much so far.
Alright. Zealots running into the natural. Storm does go down. Very good first storm. Even better second storm. NightMare really turning water into wine here. And ByuN, where are the Marines, mate? We have lost every single Marine. Is he in trouble, CuKu?
Yeah, I think so. It's just gonna warp in like 6 more zealots or 7 more zealots, and that's it. It's game over, mate. There's no way.
And we have Storm left. Storm
my
goes
God,
down on the SCVs in the natural, and ByuN gets severely punished for that double drop that got absolutely nothing done in the bottom left side of the map. Wow, NightMare. What a transition.
Yeah, I mean, from a shit start, he actually won this game. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Do you think that that was because of the Neil Raven?
Probably. Raven Deep.
Honestly, that's pretty wild.
Because
I was not feeling this game for NightMare. Like in the beginning, I was like, yeah, I can see that, you know, sometimes things can snowball out of control. Then he really didn't get a whole lot done. I'm like, okay, I'm not liking it. I'm not feeling it well at all. But then NightMare just had a perfect 2 minutes. And obviously ByuN with the double drop in the bottom left side, not getting anything done, losing SCVs at home against the storm drop, losing some of the bio units. It's very well done by NightMare.
When ByuN is not spamming into the party, can't believe it.
Yeah, he was spamming in your lobby, yeah?
He did it like 3 times, like both times.
And it triggered
My eyes are running.
You told him to chill?
Yeah.
Did it work?
Not really.
He didn't really chill when he beat the hell out of you, eh?
Mate, I threw the first game. You don't. I mean, I 3-axed him and he went. I 3-axed him, but he scouted my 3-ax very fast, and he even delayed my 3-ax. But I killed his first Reaper. But after that, he had like a Starport proxied or something like that, and he had a bench, and I had benches against Reaper. But I was so ahead. I'm actually molding. Yeah, but it was not that bad, I think. This tournament for me overall.
What was the lower bracket, CuKu? How was your lower bracket run?
I mean, I just had the Guru, who, by the way, I was actually molding about your map system when I play Guru and he's picking altitude. I was like, oh, and it's always the best out of fun. I was like, oh my god, I need to play TVZ on altitude because I've never played TVZ on altitude because I have it as a veto. And it was actually my first game on altitude, but I won it.
Did Guru GG you?
No, of course not.
Alright, and after that?
After that I played Lambo on Babylon, and yeah, it didn't went that way.
Alright. Game 2, guys, on Dragon Skills. In the bottom right side, we are looking at the main base of the world champion of StarCraft 2 of the year 2016. Representing the Shopify Rebellion, this is ByuN.
And in the top left corner, representing the old team NV, currently named Abydos, or I think they are different, I actually don't know, NightMare.
Earlier today, we casted some NightMare, and we indeed had a discussion about how far NightMare could go in this tournament. And I was like, yeah, top 12, top 16, quite likable, or quite possible. If he makes top 8, I think that'd be a very solid run. Well, he's doing a whole lot more than that so far. Now even taking the 1-0 lead over ByuN. If he wins this tournament, is he top 4? Excuse me, if he wins this series, he's top 4, right?
I think so, but I didn't twice break it for a lot of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think he's in the final if he wins this. I don't think this.
No, of course not. There is Max Packs left. I think the winner of this plays Max Packs, winner of that plays Clam, and the winner of that plays Serral. So I think the winner of this series is top 4 in the tournament, which honestly for NightMare would be, I think, a pretty mental run. I would not have called NightMare top 4 in the beginning of the day.
No, definitely not. Especially with 230 freaking signups. Actually insane. Like, I've never seen this in my life, mate. In 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah, I know. You joined StarCraft a bit later, but it's been a very long time that we had this many people sign up for a single tournament. So I think it's safe to say that it was a successful day, no?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see more like this. I assume.
Yeah, but it's not easy to get 230 signups, mate.
Again? I mean, let's push past it.
Copium. Copium indeed. Let's just appreciate what we have. And next week we can go back to a regular Big Brain Bouts and seeing you lose the best of 5 per usual.
What? Come on, man. It's not that usual.
Didn't you just get bopped by Nikic?
Yeah, I mean, if you put a problem like that, yeah, but I also want the other series before that.
yeah, against Maples, and before that we lost to Mixu and we lost to ForJumy, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a shame that Roddy has such a good memory of the series that CuKu plays, huh?
Big shame, mate. I'm gonna let you, mate. I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let this one slide.
Alright, ByuN with 2 Reapers and a Heli, and we'll find the Adept of NightMare in the center of the map. Gets the kill. No shield battery in the natural. Could get a bit gnarly here already, no?
I mean, there are only 2 Reapers, but yeah, maybe. I mean, he's fighting the like if he would have jumped in the main base with those Reaper faster, maybe he could have gotten like 3 probes or something. But right now, not that much.
Hey.
Dark Shrine.
Yeah, he had Blink on the way, cancelled Blink, goes Dark Shrine. Might still go Blink afterwards, but NightMare is being a dirty boy. Did you see game 2 against Hearthstone?
No, I didn't.
Okay. He went full Coco, mate.
What full Coco means?
Proxy Pylon, Proxy 2-gate Forge.
Oh, okay. And did you win?
Yeah, he won in a flawless manner. It was a perfect game.
Coco is OP, man. OP.
Alright, ByuN does have a Raven on the way, despite the fact that the new Raven is, according to CuKu, not that great. But Terran players still like it.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, you hate the new auditor.
Not great. But overall, I like it because it builds faster.
Okay. I'm glad that you do still kind of like it. Double Mind Drop. Shield battery can work against you. Oh, this is painful. Probes are going to clump up. Good pull, but obviously a lot of lost mining time already. Here come the 2 Reapers and the Hellions too. ByuN obviously doing a good job in not letting them fire. Careful, NightMare. They haven't fired yet. Okay.
He's losing so much mining time. This is a nightmare to deal with.
Yep. This is already a very successful drop, and I know that sounds silly when nothing is dying. You could... Oh! Ooh, close, but alright.
Nightmare build is very strange, mate. He's going Dark Shrine into Robo Bay, all of this on 2 bases. Like, I don't think this is done normal.
No, that is a lot of tech. And he queues up the Colossus. I was wondering if maybe we'd go like 1 Disrupted, trying to stabilize and stuff, but nope. You know what's also interesting is that he has a Dark Shrine, but he's got no War Prism.
Yeah, he warped, like, he didn't warp any DT, mate. He made a Dark Shrine, but yeah, I don't know. Very weird.
Oh, this worked out last game. It does not work out this time around. And the shot from downtown. ByuN gets 6 worker kills.
To be fair, I think if you'd have kept on attacking them or attacking it with the probes and the stalker, he would have probably killed it.
I think he would have probably ended up on Reddit losing 15 probes to a Withermine shot, mate.
No. I think he would kill it.
Yeah, sure. That's how you end up on Reddit, thinking you kill it.
What? Who said 1 stalker? That is enough DPS, I'm telling you.
Okay. I understand the fear of not doing it. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't do it and he still lost 6 workers.
Yeah, but that was unlucky. Alright, bad supply block here for NightMare as well. 70 out of 70. Has to wait until the Spyland finishes up. Then also decided to warp in the Nexus. This is one of the strangest Dark Shrines I've seen in a while. Obviously, it got scouted by the Medevac drop, so I understand not warping in DTs and rallying them to the other side of the map, hoping to get lucky. But just having a Dark Shrine and not making a single DT for minutes to come is also a bit strange, no?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, ByuN is right now making mines, which I think it's very... I mean, it's a very interesting decision taking, consider that NightMare is playing like Robotech. He has like no charge. Like the mines are gonna be useful, like useless in a fight.
I am obviously very concerned for NightMare, but to be fair, I was pretty concerned for him in the previous game as well, a couple minutes in, and then he really turned things around successfully. So maybe he can do that one more time, but it is going to take a minor miracle, because if the Ravens disable these 2 Colossus, the rest of the Protoss army absolutely sucks.
Yeah, I was thinking of that, but we still don't have combat shield, but even without combat shield, yeah. Like NightMare army power is in the 2 Colossus. If those one are dead, then he's dead.
Alright, we have warped in a couple of DTs for the first time, but we are just going to morph them into Archons immediately by the looks of it. NightMare clearly a little bit worried about dying against the first push. If he can somehow get a snipe on the Raven, it'd be fantastic. But right now he doesn't really have an army that can snipe the Raven.
Yeah, he has 5 stoppers. Pogos. I mean, right now he actually has a decent time. Like, I feel like with the army that right now NightMare has, he could aim over this army of ByuN, probably.
Yep, well, he's gonna try. Nice War Prism micro by NightMare. He was actually down 20 army supply. CuKu is gonna take it back, guys, because the Terran army is pretty good and pretty powerful. It looked indeed like a pretty powerful Protoss army. Nice micro to begin with, but ByuN just dropped the Matrix on the War Prism, and he says, alright, mate, nice try, but no upgrades. I've got +1. That wasn't even ByuN's entire army, because ByuN left a lot of units at home, but yeah, that was not the fight for NightMare.
Yeah, I mean, when I call that fight, I call it before the reinforcements arrived. Reinforcements.
There were no reinforcements. These are the reinforcements.
No.
No, that was just the fight, man. I guess there were a couple of units coming in from the bottom. Yeah. I get what you're saying. It looked like, oh, that's a pretty good Protoss army, as GG will get called. ByuN just completely wipes the floor with NightMare in game 2. It looked like, you know, Archons, Colossus, Guardian Shield. Like, normally you can see how a fight like that goes well for the Protoss. But obviously it was +1 on the bio, and it was a Raven full on energy. NightMare started off with some nice micro, but I think ByuN's army was just better. Nice concave. And there was nothing in NightMare's army that was good against the Immortals. So, excuse me, against the Marauders. So there was nothing to prevent the Marauders from just stimming forward and shooting at Stalkers, shooting at Colossus. And I think that's why it was a rather one-sided fight.
Yeah, what can I say? Sometimes I'm impressed by these Marauders engagements when against Colossus and stuff.
I mean, if anybody should know a thing or two about that, it's you, man.
I mean, I'm impressed against them more. I mean, I like to steam them into disruptors.
You steam them into everything, CuKu.
Yeah, I mean, what steals me is when people call it a gimbal when I steam them into disruptors, but sometimes it's just mad, mate. It's just mad.
Yeah, calculated.
We calculated everything.
You're gonna tell me that the Romanian kid who cannot count to 42 and doesn't know where Romania is on a map is gonna tell me that he knows how many shots it takes for a disruptor to die to Marauders?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what I'm gonna say, but yeah.
I think you skipped a few too many classes for that, for me to believe that, mate.
Mate, first of all, I know where Romania is. Second of all, I know where most of Europe countries are.
Ah, have you been practicing?
Yeah.
Okay, can we put you to the test?
Not now. my hand is a bit shaky. I can't really press buttons.
No, I know what you're saying though, mate. Like, I know that obviously you've been in these scenarios a lot with Marauders and Gulls and EMPs, and it feels that like the more you practice, the more you know what you can and cannot get away with. I can't give you a hard time over not knowing details, since Rainer did not know how much HP a Zergling had after he already won the World Championships of StarCraft 2. So, you know, numbers are maybe not always the strongest suit of a StarCraft 2 player.
I mean, Rainer did not know that when the disruptor is ready to fire, has a different animation.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people who don't know that.
Oh come on! It's like you can see that it's more shiny than after it fires. Like it's not.
Yes, you can see it, but there are a lot of people who have watched StarCraft for years and don't know that.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about like the casual view. I'm talking about Rainer.
Yeah, that's true. But there's a lot of casuals out there who know how much HP a Zergling has.
Yeah, I mean, nobody knows that, guys.
Well, I don't know all the numbers, but I know how much HP a Ling has. Alright, CuKu, final round, a lower bracket. Winner of this game will move into the top 4 of this very special 25th BASILISK Big Brain Bouts anniversary. 25 years ago, guys, StarCraft was released for the computer. Not 24, 25 years. Bottom left side, representing the Shopify Rebellion, this is ByuN.
And in the top right corner, representing Abydos, NightMare.
A probe has 20 shields, I know that. But I actually, like, for instance, wouldn't necessarily know the Phoenix HP, even though I've built 10 million of them in my life. I think it's 120 HP and 60 shields, but I could honestly be wrong in that. Like, I don't really know the numbers exactly either.
I mean, I also feel it is kind of useless to know the numbers. You just kind of know.
You know, like, in the game what dies, what you can and cannot get away with. Yeah, you know,
like the dynamic of how your units like interacts with other units when they shoot and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, that's fair. It's fair. But a Ling is still something that I think we should all know.
Is 45 or 40? I actually have don't know. Is 40 or 45?
A Zergling.
Yeah, I don't know. 40, 45?
If it was 45, you'd never win a fucking game against Zerg, mate. I'll guarantee you that.
I don't know, like 35. Okay, 35.
Yeah, it's 35. Mate, do you know how good Lynx would be if they had 45 HP? They'd be so freaking broken. Like, that would not be a good time, trust me.
I mean, 45 has a Marine, I think.
Yes, without combat
Without
shield.
combat
And with
shield.
combat shield, it has 55.
I'm so good.
Very proud of you, mate.
Thank you.
Alright, CuKu. Royal Blood, TVP. Why do you think NightMare picked this map? Since it's a loser pick in the best of 3s and best of 5s and obviously in the best of 1 as well. NightMare decided to pick Royal Blood at his final map. And he's opening up 1 gate fast expand 3 gates. What do you make of any of this?
Probably just gonna try to, I don't know, bust his natural with like stalkers or adepts. I have no clue. It's a weird opening.
Yep. I always think back of parting when I see this kind of stuff. We'll see the Hellion leave. The Adept is going to get a couple shots of Hellion. Oh, cute play by NightMare, guys. Cute play. Hellion would have scouted this pylon, and NightMare decides to cancel it. Does not want to reveal the fact that he was already building a pylon there.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna work in adepts. And by the way, NightMare has 6 out of 3 at the gas.
Yep. I mean, in his defense, he was playing WTL 8 hours ago.
Yeah, that's also true. And also, this tournament is very long. So.
Yeah. But all things considered, I don't even think this tournament has been crazy long.
No. Definitely not 6 AM like some people were saying. And even, I mean, it's not a bad thing if it's a long tournament.
No. For a $2,500 one-off special anniversary day, I think this has all been perfectly reasonable. It is still a lot shorter than any day at a home story cup or a stay-at-home story cup. So.
Yeah. So as I said, he's gonna make adepts and try to shade them, but I don't think he's gonna have any success with that.
I would almost say maybe if there was no bunker. Oh, the depot is lowered. No, ByuN. What a moment. But I still think he's gonna be fine. But he's going to lose a whole lot more than he otherwise would have lost.
It's probably Tennessee.
I like how CuKu makes the calls, guys, when there are 2 units left. He's like, probably 10.
There are 5 adepts. Jesus, man, there are 5 adepts.
Bunker gets cancelled. More SCVs dying right now. A scenario where ByuN really should not have been in a whole lot of trouble. But because he lowered the lowered the depot and let the adepts in, he suddenly is in a little bit of trouble. We do have an 8 marine drop happening on the other side of the map. There is a recall available. There are stalkers at home. Mate, Shopify's the Rebellion's ByuN is in trouble here, as NightMare has created an 18 worker lead for himself.
Good map.
Thank you, CuKu.
17 now, but now it's one.
Okay, this is obviously a good fight. At first, since there were only 3 stalkers, no shield battery. NightMare is just prioritizing. Nice pickup there, by the way, with the War Prism. Is going to end up losing a couple of probes here. I'm going to pull a CuKu, guys. I think 4. Yeah, okay, it was 4. Come
on, man. That was not even close with what I did.
I think it was pretty close, mate. I think it was pretty close. Alright, we've got a War Prism in the mix here. The Banshee does not have Cloak. The Banshee will fall. Fancy War Prism Micro. All the NightMare needs is just a couple of extra units. Slow Zealots for the win. Why the hell not? As NightMare knows that he is in a great spot. And he killed a lot of SCVs early on. I gotta say, man, these tanks are beastie.
Oh, look at that micro, man. ByuN, it's cracked.
That was a good tank. No, not like this, NightMare. No, what are we doing?
Oh my god. This is the worst weapon I've seen, man.
It started off good, but it didn't end all that well. I mean, ByuN with absolute god tier micro on these 2 tanks, to be fair, has now 22 army supply against 6. NightMare still a little bit ahead economically, but this should have been a whole lot better for NightMare than what it is. ByuN is going to repair these tanks, and they absolutely deserve it. Wow, what a save by ByuN, man.
I mean, I'm not sure if he's losing necessarily because ByuN tech is pretty shit at the moment, and NightMare gets charged and tempers and Storm right now, so not sure, but yeah, this is definitely closer than it should be.
I think I like it for ByuN because it's kind of similar to Game 1, but I don't think ByuN is going to make the same mistakes as he made in Game 1. And I think there's a lot of potential for just the single medevac drop once more, or just that Raven dropping auto turrets on the other side of the map. Like, NightMare needs to land great storms, because right now he's got no Forge. Yeah, no Blink, obviously, so it's just Charge and Storm. This is not a good game for NightMare. There's no way this scenario is good for NightMare.
No, like, I mean, I don't like the fact that ByuN is gonna have a Steam Pack at like 9 minutes into the game, or maybe more.
But even slow Marines can obviously be pretty good if all we have to defeat are Zealots, right? It's not Colossus or Archons or...
Storm. In what case?
No, Storm is a problem, for sure, but... Like, Storm is good in softening up units, not necessarily in killing units.
I mean, it's pretty good in killing Marines without combat shield.
That's only if you're controlling them, CuKu. This is ByuN.
Yeah, I'm pretty... Yeah. Sure. Marines without combat shield, yeah, sure. And Steam.
Hey, CuKu, you also played Ashbringer today, right?
Yeah. I'm glad because Ashbringer is... he's really annoying me on the ladder, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I want 2-0, but he has like his own style of playing StarCraft, which I don't know. Stays on 45 probes, he maxed out and he just A-moves you. He had +3 attack 8 minutes into the game.
That sounds like a legendary build.
Yeah, actually it was a great game. It was like a 25-minute game.
Amazing, I love it.
Yeah. Glad that I won that game.
And who else did you play in the upper bracket?
I mean, I played the guy who beat Lino. 4.5 Protoss, after that Ashbringer, after that ByuN, and after that I got into the lower bracket against Guru.
Okay. Alright, well, it seems like a fun little run now. A couple of nice games.
Yeah.
Obviously, we always hope for more, but I think still a couple solid victories. Alright, so this game is now just kind of continuing, as NightMare is obviously trying to get a slightly more diverse army. Blink is finishing up. We've got the Robo Bay on the way. I think that ByuN just probably looks at this and like, you know what, let's just not die until we have Steam and some upgrades. And I've got a few more units than I have on Grass 1. And I still don't love it for NightMare, as he is moving out, now sending units back to deal with this little Marine drop.
Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting choice, I guess. I don't know. He has, like, his army feels so tight. They feel like 5-0. Oh, he has more army into the main base, I'm sorry.
Worried about the drop. Couple Stalkers, couple Zealots, but I think we all know Protoss units, especially Gateway units, without upgrades, not all that hot, so that is definitely a problem. And obviously, Ghosts are even already out on the battlefield for ByuN. Like, he's got Ghost before he's got Combat Shield. That's interesting.
Yeah, I did not notice that. I did not notice that he still doesn't have Combat Shield, but... Double Colossus right now, and he has like no Vikings. Oh, he actually has a couple of Vikings.
Yeah, he's got 3 Vikings and EMPs already. And tanks, don't forget about it. He was able to save the tanks. He's got 4 tanks against Colossus. That's honestly quite good.
Oh my god, what is... Okay, NightMare... Is he pushing with this army? What? Come on, wait, what?
I'm not sure what this was.
Yeah, no clue either.
Like an in-between poke, attack, harass, I don't know. NightMare is not sure either, so he's just gonna go home and drop a Dark Shrine. I feel like this is the default choice whenever Protoss players are a bit confused. It's like, not sure, Dark Shrine, like, always solid, mate, can't go wrong.
I'm floating 300 minerals, 300 gasless to drop Dark Shrine.
Obviously, there's a lot of map vision for NightMare, so that part is nice. Yeah. NightMare is on 78 workers, and he is about to be a 4-base Protoss double Robo and catching up a little bit in the upgrades. Does still feel that this is a good game for ByuN. No, that's not what you do with your War Prism. Oh my god, was that 4 High Templars? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's painful. That's really painful.
I mean, in Sensor Tower range as well, that was a little bit ambitious. Maybe hoping that, ByuN just would not have any Vikings, but that's one hell of a donation. 4 High Templars and a War Prism.
I mean, Sensor Tower range. Can you even call it a range after the nerf?
I mean, what else would you call it, CuKu?
I don't know. But definitely not a range. You can barely see outside your third base, man.
Oh my god, shut up. I'm actually gonna kick you out of this call. It's unbelievable. You are absolutely unbelievable.
I'm joking. I'm playing. Forever.
3 Colossus, 3 Disruptors, 6 High Templars, and 81 Workers, though, for NightMare. So even though it was a very painful loss with the High Templar and the War Prism, if nothing else happens, obviously you can always recover from a loss like that. Because right now we are rich enough to rebuild those units. It's not a feel-good moment. It's not going to give you a lot of confidence in the upcoming minutes, but still has a chance. In the end, it's going to come down to execution as +1 ship weapons on the way for ByuN. When is the right time to drop a fusion core? Okay, never mind.
Well, it's just dropped one. But yeah, I'm usually like to be fair, until the new patch, I did not made a lot of leaps against Protoss. But since the leaps are a little bit cheaper now, I think they are not that bad anymore.
The tanks actually killed the sensor tower there. F's in the chat for all of our sensor tower lovers.
Come on, ByuN. This. I mean, of course he killed it. He knows it's an useless structure.
Well, why is he rebuilding it immediately then? 0.1 second later.
I mean, the man played WTL. It's probably like, I don't know, 5 AM in Korea or something.
ByuN did not play WTL. It's NightMare.
Okay, same thing.
No. Shopify Rebellion is already in code as CuKu. They do not have to play code A.
Okay, that's true. Okay.
Speaking of WTL, by the way, guys, if you guys think that this evening of StarCraft is awesome, but this is it. Tomorrow at 2 PM, Basilisk will be playing in the WTL.
Who are you playing?
What?
Yeah. Who are you guys playing?
We are playing Starlight Twinkle, aka Cham, Spirit, and possibly Rewrite or somebody else.
I don't know who's Rewrite, but...
He's a Chinese Protoss, probably like 6k-ish, give or take.
I see. Not bad. Probably Reynor is gonna stay on the bench again. Why's the big boys playing or something?
I think it's time to send out the big boys.
I think so.
Ooh, NightMare's attacking the rocks! He's attacking the rocks and he's going to lose a Colossus almost immediately. Sweet storm though on the Vikings, to be fair. Did lose 7 probes and all of that. He's done a good job and he's expanding all over the place as he's now sending a couple balls forward. That was a big connection. Surprised that was a big connection because I kind of felt the ball went back and forth. But in the end, it still found its targets. But Liberators, CuKu, 4 of them at a time with ship weapons, +2 and advanced ballistics. And that is one hell of a combo.
I mean, he's making carriers. We can tap out. We can tap out. It's making carriers.
Mate, the new Viking is so good against carriers.
Mate, to be fair, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what exactly all the changes from the page. I did not even look at the page.
Yeah. But have you noticed a difference?
I don't know why, guys, you are saying that the new Vikings are better, because I don't know why they changed the Vikings.
You can just micro them a lot better right now. That's the easiest way to put it. So basically before they took a lot longer to fire. Right now you can just move and fire pretty much all the time.
Oh, okay, makes sense, because I'm also feeling it in the game that they are a little bit more mobile. Yeah.
Yes. Ooh, that's one low HP medevac, but we're still gonna get a good old drop of ByuN in the main base of NightMare. Storms though! Storms and feedbacks. In the old days that was good enough to kill multiple medevacs. Right now, unfortunately, it is not. And this game is really going to heat up. That is a little Artelsis Island with 4 gateways going down. There are armies flirting with one another too in the center of the map. Seems like a ball landed. A couple stalkers will die. Carriers are here. ByuN is gonna have to duke out. Or is gonna have to duke it out with a bunch of carriers. Stims forward. Wants to get a couple of the High Templars, I guess. Lost a lot of expensive units there with that drop. I don't know if that drop was worth it.
No, definitely not. We also have a planetary fortress at the third base. That's very interesting.
At the third base?
Yeah, at the third base of ByuN. I don't know. He's camping.
Oh, you mean this one? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The safety planetary against the Zealot. It's probably because NightMare really loves DT run bys with Shadows, right?
I mean, there are different ways to deal with that than putting a planetary at your third base, but I like the idea.
I don't think it's too bad. If ByuN is very confident in the late game, couple turrets, couple tanks, Widow Mines, missile turrets, Sensitar, PF, I don't hate it.
I mean, the nuclear...
Justice! Rains from above!
I mean, he lost to IndyStarCraft.
Yeah.
I think he killed the ghost, so was worth it for NightMare.
That was not worth it for NightMare, CuKu, shut up.
I was with carriers, moment. What do you think about it?
5 carriers. What are the upgrades? +1 at the moment. +2 is close to finishing up. I think it's going to be very hard for ByuN. I do think that it is a lot more doable for Terran in this day and age. Ooh, I like Liberator Res with advanced ballistics. A very sweet move. NightMare is going to trade out in a painful way. Can the Stalkers kill that thing even? I don't think so, right?
What? What did you ask?
Can the Stalkers
No,
kill this Liberator in the top left?
No, I don't think so.
I think one at a time maybe can shoot.
Yeah, one at a time. But yeah, I mean, you don't want to do that.
Good night, Lino. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you had a great day, mate.
Good night, Lino. Mate. When you carry, guys.
Say what?
Oh my god, he actually killed the Lib with the 3 stalkers. I don't know how he did that.
I guess multiple stalkers were able to fire at once. Viking count 9, Liberator count 7, Observer sieges up in range of a turret and will die immediately. I love these nerds, man. After a 6-hour bracket, they're like, you know what? Some proper late game, Royal Blood, TVP. Maru would have pulled the boys 20 times over at this point. ByuN is just building some sensor towers. That is a whole lot of circles going down on the ground. Viking count at 12 against 8 carriers. I mean, with good micro, maybe, but ByuN is honestly gonna have to micro like a god in this game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what. I don't know. I don't like this position for ByuN, but maybe.
I like how we have a couple of stalkers standing in the middle of a million missile turrets. So far, it seems like the position for ByuN is working out quite nicely. Got the kill on a couple of High Templars there. Gets the Nexus. He's now going to stim home to make sure that he doesn't lose every single missile turret. Alright, we're going to try the same thing all over again in the center of the map. Justice, CuKu. Range from?
Above.
That is correct. Mate, with 17 Vikings, can we just almost one-shot a carrier?
Yeah, you definitely can do that. You can one-shot a carrier with 16 Vikings. I think that's the number.
Well,
if I'm not over.
Was derping a little bit there as the Vikings were shooting at interceptors. A lot of interceptors did fall, but yeah, in the old days I would definitely favor Protoss here, but I feel that late game Terran really did get quite a bit better. On top of that, this is ByuN, and ByuN obviously knows how to control a late game Terran army. There's a couple of Stalkers die, a couple of Disruptors get picked off as well that Nova will not connect. Winner of this game will move on to duke it out with max packs. Here come the Vikings, 17 of them. I think these carriers are just gonna get picked off, man. I think ByuN is going to destroy NightMare here.
Yeah, as long as all the carriers doesn't get like all the interceptors out, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I think it's a very hard fight for NightMare.
Well, we do have a couple of balls landing, but this is after the majority of the Protoss army has died. Vikings are derping a little bit right now, struggling killing these final carriers. But ByuN, kill it then, mate. Okay, ByuN had good micro for a bit, then started derping as that one storm was big. I'd still say a big victory for ByuN, but not a game-ending victory.
I mean, look at the bangs though. I mean, NightMare is a broke lead right now.
Did you learn a new word, CuKu?
Yeah. I did learn a new word. Brokey. Are you proud?
No. Who
My
told you?
vocabulary is getting bigger, mate.
Who taught you brokey? What is a brokey?
I mean, come on, mate. We have like fucking stalkers in the middle of the map. I don't know, mate. I just heard it on internet.
Oh, the CuKu! ByuN gets away with the CuKu there, stands on top of the ball, still kills the Disruptor, gets out of there. It's just scanning right now, making sure that NightMare doesn't get access to too many bases. NightMare is a Protoss right now with 22 Stalkers, guys. Not the greatest army against what ByuN is working with. There are still a couple of tanks. Most of the missile turrets have died, so these two carriers are a bit of a problem. And this planetary fortress that you thought was pretty funny will finally fall. ByuN's army is just so much better than NightMare's army. This is not a good Protoss army 22 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I mean, NightMare army is literally Stalkers and 2 Disruptors and 2 carriers.
Yeah, and 9 High Templars.
Oh, I missed that. But the High Templars are good.
Yep. If we land some very juicy storms, maybe a couple of feedbacks, we can try. He's just running through Liberators right now with no regard for this justice at all. Yeah. Questionable move. We do land a nice storm there on the right side, but Stalkers are not that cheap, guys. I know we are rich Protoss, but Stalkers really ain't that cheap. If you lose 15, 20 at a time, it's gonna end up really quickly, and your piggy bank will be drained. I don't know if NightMare can deal with this army of ByuN. He is going to try. Blinks forward. Will try to avoid the Liberators to the best of his abilities, but this is just not a very good Protoss army.
Yeah. I mean, come on, ByuN, just, you know, drop everything in the main base, see the Liberators in the main base, and it's easy.
He's probably a bit paranoid. The last time he tried it, it didn't quite work out. A couple of Novas fly forward.
He's gonna focus fire on the... Oh, fuck.
Missile turret on the carrier. Ghost, Marine, something. Can we kill this final carrier? I mean, ByuN is literally still maxed out. There are Liberators all over the place. The entire map is covered in circles. If it's not a Sensor Tower, it's a Liberator. And I'm afraid for NightMare that his magical run will end here. Not quite top 4, but still one hell of a performance.
Yeah, definitely. We also have a Lib in the top left corner, I think. That doesn't shoot at the probes, sadly. He's not in range.
EMP lands on a couple of Stalkers. NightMare still trying to crank out as many probes as possible, but... well, I mean, he's still battling. I guess we still have a little chance. As long as we have this many Disruptors, I guess there is always the Nova and a Dream, but... I think at this point, ByuN should just go a little bit more Marauder heavy again. Then we can EMP, siege up some Libs, and stim forward and get the job done. This was a very long game. A long series that did not necessarily have to be a long series, but it became a long one.
I mean... To be fair, NightMare our army is not that bad, but I mean,
it's very bad.
I mean, Disruptors, High Templars, that's all I need to see.
Doesn't really have a great army to kill Liberators with advanced ballistics and +2 though, or even +3 at this point.
I mean, those are just little details.
The tiny details?
Tiny details, yeah, indeed.
Well, Rainen would love to hear all about those tiny details. Did warp in a bunch of DTs to make sure he doesn't lose his Nexus all over again. As a Nova flies forward. These tanks, by the way, of ByuN have been around forever. I wonder if these are like the early game tanks that he saved with 2 HP.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because he hasn't made any tanks after that. He has a reactor on his back, you know, on his factory.
Still land the Storm. Couple of decent Storms. Ball flies forward too. These boys are really video gaming at this point. 25-minute game again on Royal Blood. Does still feel that ByuN has the far superior army. NightMare's army actually a little bit more expensive. I mean, I guess High Templars and Disruptors add up very quickly. Surprised by that.
Yeah, he's again maxed out, man.
3 more CCs. I feel like the Koreans have made a plan. It's like, let's drag it on for as long as possible. Sarah's going to be really tired. And that Max Pack Skid is going to get tired too. And Clem is going to get tired too. But they don't know that Clem doesn't wake up till 4 AM. So they're killing themselves over here, CuKu.
They are giving Clem his peak time.
Yeah. They don't know, man. They are literally playing into Clem's hand. They have no idea what's waiting for them. 4 AM Clem is like a mythical creature that we rarely see. But if we do see it, it has never lost.
Man, they don't know that Clem just right now has his lunch.
Breakfast, perhaps.
Breakfast, perhaps, true.
Alright,
I mean, we have a goal, yeah. I mean, somehow NightMare is dragging this game out a little bit more, but...
Even though he's maxed out, he obviously has a chance. Any player that's maxed out has a chance, but it really does feel that ByuN is pretty far ahead in this game, economically and army-wise. Stalkers are just not that great, and the majority of NightMare's army is Stalkers at the moment. He's going to be able to clean this up, but this is obviously not ByuN's entire army. We've got another army trying to get lucky here in the center. Nice EMPs by ByuN, as he is still looking everywhere. Novas from the high ground, he will avoid those too. I mean, NightMare does alright, but he loses the Nexus, loses 15 or so extra probes, and his income is honestly in shambles. And Hey, what? How are the Liberators not killing these probes, CuKu?
I already told you about this lib like 4 minutes ago. This lib is here for like 5 to 6 minutes.
Really?
At least 5 to 6 minutes. Yeah, I told you about it like 5 minutes ago or something.
Okay, I missed it. There must have been a big fight happening, mate.
Yeah, it was a big fight happening in it. But yeah, interesting lib. What can I say?
Nova's flying forward. Reactor and Tech Lab will probably burn down. ByuN has a ridiculous amount of minerals in the bank. Not necessarily that much gas. Nice feedback there by NightMare. Still trying to make plays. I mean, it's got some money. Doesn't have the best army. Has money apparently to warp. Oh, what an EMP by ByuN. What an EMP on the majority of the High Templars. And that is painful for NightMare. Morphing those into Archons is obviously not going to save you. ByuN does need to be a little bit careful right now, as there's a big Protoss army heading his way. There are a couple of balls in the mix, but ByuN even taking or trying to take this base. That's just disrespectful, CuKu.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Oh no, our tanks.
What's happening? Oh, this is greatest unit in the game.
GTs with Shadow Stride are indeed pretty freaking good. Liberator's going to siege up on top of this orbital. I mean, this is just a pretty ridiculous game at this point. I can't believe this has been a 28-minute game on Royal Blood. As an EMP does land, Stalkers are going to take a bit of a beating. Another Nova falls. Let's go ahead and take a look at the units lost resource tab. NightMare losing 5k more, but obviously still somewhat close to one another. 21 High Templars, 106 Stalkers have died, CuKu.
I mean, I definitely understand ByuN. How can you kill a Protoss with 6 Disruptors and 2 High Templars and High Templars?
I think we're about to find out, man.
One of the high. Well, I mean, he's trying to do that for like 15 minutes already, and he fails.
I mean, there's obviously a decent amount of money on the line. He doesn't want to throw. Nice storm by NightMare there. Good observer placement. EMP in the end for ByuN is a little bit late. ByuN throws down the scan. Knows about this gold base. Does not want to give this gold base. Snipes another High Templar.
Come on, man. Just focus fire them all. Come on. Man, he doesn't have the urge of focus firing the Disruptors. You see, like, this is the issue.
He misses the CuKu.
Yeah. Like, you need to have, like, you know. You have to feel it in your bones. Can't believe it, man.
Now, NightMare, by the way, is going to try to take this base. He's like, hey, ByuN, that was a good idea. ByuN throws down a scan. He's like, okay, I guess I need to do something about it. Hey, we moved the lip, I think. I think we moved the lip.
Yeah, I think I mean, do you think so?
Yeah. It had 1 kill earlier. It's got 3 kills now. He moved it. Ooh, questionable blink, but we do get a bunch of Liberators. Nice target fire there by NightMare. Not too much overkill. More big balls landing on the Marauders there. Obviously, a lot of Protoss units going down in the process. One more Nova. Not bad. Marauder and a Ghost. Marauders coming in from the right side. NightMare really doing whatever he can. Playing one hell of a video game here. These nerds are flying, but ByuN is so freaking rich. ByuN's army is so freaking good. And Terran is so freaking good.
Someone please give a tea to the old man. He still doesn't. He doesn't know what's talking anymore.
A tea.
A tea.
A cup of tea.
I don't know, man. Was the first word he came into my mind. It was the first word came into my mind. Okay.
All right. Most of the disruptors have gone down. 4 of them are remaining. It's 8 tech units and a dream at this point. Oh, he's gonna blow up his own army. No, he's not, because he paid attention towards the end. We've already seen Protoss players blow up their own stocks today. We don't want to see that too often. NightMare is at this point on a little bit of copium. I love the fighting spirit. I love the battling. He really did his absolute best to make something of this game. But this game belongs to ByuN.
Yeah, I mean, he dragged this game out a lot actually. That's not easy to do. You see, man, if you would have focus fire, then he would have not lose anything. Can't believe it. And that's I need to. Oh god.
Alright, well, NightMare is going to try to take the gold one more time, and he is just running out, guys. He really has very little income left. ByuN is outmining him. ByuN is still rich, has money in the bank, has a much bigger army. After 31 minutes, I believe that the writing is on the wall here. I'm going to stim forward one more time. Justice reigns from above. As this base will die, High Templars die, Stalkers die. Well, at least all the probes die. A couple Stalkers are going to try to save the day. But 1 EMP would have been nice. Find a few Marauders, CuKu. A few Marauders to win the game.
Oh my god. Not good enough. Kill leaf.
I mean, it's ultra. Oh, okay. ByuN's gas bank is a little bit low, by the way.
Supply. Let's go, guys.
How many Marines can he build? Wait, ByuN only has 5 barracks? I guess he lost a couple here, right?
Yeah, he lost. He's right now going up to 9.
I mean, the game is over. It will end in the near future. He actually only had 8 barracks all along, guys. I gotta say, that's not that many for a 32-minute banger on Royal Blood. But I guess in return, we've got triple starports, so I guess that is one way to spend your money.
Yeah, I mean, he has no gas.
He's got, like, so much gas left to mine, though. He's got a lot of up-and-running refineries. Final few Zealots of NightMare are not going to make the difference. You gotta love the fighting spirit here, but the final Disruptors are in trouble. ByuN with the CuKu goes forward, picks them up, drops them again. Battery overcharged because we are on serious opium. NightMare with a couple of Zealots and a bunch of probes left. They are really trying to drag this out there.
Nightmare needs to stop watching Bly. Stop watching Bly.
If Bly and Fantasy had a baby, they would name it Nightmare. But GG is called after 33 minutes. Legitimately a very fun game though. A lot of battling, a lot of blood, a lot of back and forth. In the end, it is a Shopify Rebellion's ByuN who will advance into the next round to duke it out with Max Packs. That is going to be a best of 3 as well. We're into the top 4, guys. Top 4, best of 3. I think it's a rematch, right, of the upper bracket. Didn't ByuN beat Max Packs 2-0 earlier?
Oh, I don't know. I did not watch the bracket, but maybe.
Alright. Do you want to stick around for another TVP, CuKu? Because that is your matchup after all, and I feel like it's pretty fun with you.
Yeah, sure, uncle. I know I'm a funny person. You don't need to tell me that.
You are a lot of things, mate. But I wouldn't go that far.